Good morning. This is Michael Lean um, from Mornings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. Let's get this thing started. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Uh, Core CPI still remains a sticking point, but CPI was lower than expected, was estimated to come in at 0.3%, came in at 0.2%, and it keeps falling to the lowest number so far. It started the year at 9.1%, and I believe it's down to 4% right now. So it's just fallen for 12 straight months. So the market is cheering that. Now let's go on to our news. Kim Kardashian is in talks to buy back the minority stake of her beauty company she had sold to beauty and fragrance seller Coty, COTY, ticker symbol, the Wall Street Journal reported. The sale price hasn't been determined, and talks could still break down before a final deal is reached in the stake by SKKN by Kim, the People said. DraftKings, DKNG upgraded to buy from neutral at Bank of America and raised to $35 from $25, saying product and revenue momentum are on the cusp of driving inflection in margins and profitability. JBS SA is moving ahead with a long delayed plan to go public in the US. The world's largest meat supplier has filed for a registration request to trade its stock on the New York Stock Exchange through a direct listing. TJX, same ticker symbol as the company, upgraded to buy from hold at Loop Capital. Energy Industrials and Materials, Granger, GWW ticker symbol, downgraded to neutral from buy at UBS. PF Energy, PBF, ticker symbol, 156,400 barrel per day capacity refinery in Martinez, California, reported the release of coke dust. Contra Costa Health, CCH Services, wrote Tuesday. Raytheon Technologies, RTX ticker symbol, Pratt & Whitney has signed a $5.5 billion modification to previously awarded F-117 engine sustainment support contract with the United States Air Force, the company said Wednesday. Terex, TEX, raised its quarterly dividend by 13% to 17 cents. On to financials. Coinbase, COIN, ticker symbol, downgraded to neutral at Atlantic Equities following the crypto exchange recent surge on optimism over the potential U.S. approval of Bitcoin ETF. Redfin, RDFN, downgraded to underperform from neutral at DA Davidson. JP Morgan was downgraded to neutral from buy at Citicorp, and with an unchanged price target of 160 ahead of quarter two results. On to healthcare, Acadia Healthcare, ACHC, said on July 7th the jury awarded plaintiff in case related to company compensatory damages of $80 million and punitive damages of $405 million. AstraZeneca, AZN, and Daiichi Sankyo's Enhertu has been approved as the Chinese as monotherapy, and AstraZeneca also was upgraded to buy at UBS. CVS Health, CVS ticker symbol, Caremark, prescription drug benefits manager, spent Tuesday trying to retain normal following the return to normal following delays that began on Monday, according to the Wall Street Journal. CVS sent letters to pharmacies nationwide warning of an unexpected system shutdown and that operations were back to normal, the journal reported. Illumina, ILMN ticker symbol, was hit with a more than $400 million fine from the European Union, proceeding from its acquisition of a cancer test developer, Grail Incorporated, before the bloc's antitrust watchdog had decided whether to approve the deal. Incyte, INCY, announced positive top-line results from its randomized, vehicle-controlled pivotal phase 3 TRuE-83 study evaluating the safety and efficacy of ruxolitinib cream in children with atopic dermatitis. The study met its primary endpoint. Silk Road Medical, SILK, ticker symbol, shares fall after the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, posted a proposed national coverage determination for percutaneous transluminal angioplasty of the carotid artery concurrent with stenting. Piper Sandler said the agency's proposal to grant reimbursement for carotid artery stenting, CAS, would be a net negative for Silk Road if finalized. Technology, Media, and Telecom, Disney, DIS, is exploring strategic options for its Star India Star India business, including a joint venture or a sale, a sign of strain at one of the premier properties it acquired from Fox, said the Wall Street Journal. Cisco, CSCO, downgraded to neutral from buy at Bank of America. And finally, European Union cleared Broadcom's AVGO acquisition of VMware, VMW, ticker symbol, for some $77 billion at current prices, with a green light for takeover from historical tough on tech regulator being the latest sign the tech deal momentum could build. And that's our news for the day. We're going to have a shortened episode today since we went so long yesterday. I'm going to share our screen, take a look at our S&P heat map. We got a lot of green where there was red yesterday, and we got some red where there was green yesterday. Microsoft is up 1.66. NVIDIA is up nearly 3%. Google up 1.8. Meta is at highest level since February, up 2.78. Amazon, Tesla, Apple, all doing well. So you can take a look at the screen, and we'll stop the share. Once again, we'll go over our annuity. Annuity is a wise investment. One, because average annual growth, 12.58 versus indexes, which is 7.57. Once an annuity steps up in value, it doesn't fall down like the indexes do. So that's why we highly recommend people have an annuity so they can sleep better at night. Let's go share our screen, go look at our indexes. First, we have Kava Group. We have a lesson, short lesson we're going to take a look at later. But look at the dollar. Dollar is gapping down on just amazing gap down 1.1%. Take a look at gold. Gold is gapping up. There's a correlation there somewhere. Gapping up, hit its red line. Take a look at silver. Look at that huge move in silver. That is just amazing. Take a look at our favorite copper play, and it's moving up out of breaking out today after this tight action. Big move out here today. Let's look at 0TNX, which is falling. Gap down and has fallen to our 20-year or 20-day moving average. This is positive for stocks. Our 20-year is falling down to the 200-day line. 20-year is at 3.05. And the 10-year has fallen to 3.886, let's call it. That magic 4% didn't hold long. And so that's where we are there. Let's take a look at the VIX, see if we've filled the gap. We have officially filled the gap. Like we said before, 100% of gaps fill on the VIX or the volatility index. And will it pop up later? We'll have to look at that. Take a look at the S&P 500. It's moving up. Take a look at the equal weight S&P is gapping up. Continues to broaden the market. The NASDAQ gapped up at first, moved up higher, retreated, and is now trying to move higher again. Take a look at the equal weight in the NASDAQ. Broke out and continues to move higher. As we said yesterday, they're going to rejigger the NASDAQ to take some of the heavy lifting of the 7 top biggest stocks in the NASDAQ 100. IWM gapping up, moving up big time. And the Dow Jones gapping up, but on its lows for the day, which isn't too good. Let's take a look at the industrial number. It's doing pretty much similar, but it looks a lot better than the Dow Jones at this point. Look at our financials. Gapping up, but on the low for the day. Wanted to look at software. Moved up earlier and now is pulling back. Looks like a little lower volume. Technology gapping up is doing better than software. We'll see if that can continue. I'm looking all over for my little notepad and it's right here in front of me. Home builders continue to move up with the yield falling down. You can see 3 days in a row, once that yield was broken, they're just moving up. Take a look at DHI. Looks like it's breaking out of consolidation. Lennar Homes doing the same. Green Brick Partners trying to get back to where it was before. Building materials looks like it's breaking out of its consolidation. Let's see if it can clear this area right here. Got some pretty good volume here. We got a big move in energy prices here. To look at our oil prices are now above the 200-day. Take a look at our tanker. Is broken out, continues to move higher. And we'll take a look at Polaris is moving up. Weatherford moved up higher and has pulled back a little here today. Noble, which popped out over here and has just continued to ride higher. And Tidewater is pulling back. We're not going to look at the top 10 movers today. We're just going to take a look at IPO base. We looked at Kava stock earlier in the week, compared it to Chipotle. What is IPO base? IPO base is 25 days or less pattern, and it breaks out the initial high day on good volume. We got not as good a volume as we had over here, but the volume is rising. As we can see, you can draw a line like this, or you can draw a line straight across. We want it to be 10 cents above the first day of trading. We did that significantly today. Had a big estimate revision. I believe it was JP Morgan called the price of $49, and that's what started moving this up the ladder. There's no guarantee that it'll continue. If you have good profits, you might consider taking some of them off the table, because it then goes into a due diligence phase. See, take a look at Chipotle on a monthly. Once they broke out over here, they ran up, and then through the due diligence phase, they kind of sold off. It did take off again, but once you have your profits, you should take some of them off the table, because there's no guarantee that they will continue. So that's our lesson for today. Mike Webster from Investors Business Daily is the one who researched the IPO base. If you want to learn more information, you can check on YouTube for videos on that. So that's our show for today. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Mornings with Michael for information and education purposes only. Hope everybody has a great day, and go out there and make a difference.